Hello, welcome to this review of Canadian Peak Blended Canadian Whiskey. Whoops, showing the back side. All right, well,
Canadian Peak.
I did some research.
And so the bottle is very similar to another Canadian whiskey. It's very popular.
It is, I've never seen a bottle like this. This is strange, it's like flat.
Never mind. Moving on. Do your research.
It's got the woods in the background, on the back label shining through. So I did some research. I've come to find out this product, Canadian Peak, was introduced in 1961. I saw some old photos, but it was a lot different bottle design than this. Standard design. A blend of premium Canadian whiskeys mellowed in white oak casks to achieve an exceptional flavor and smoothness. 80 proof, typical proof. There's a bunch of write-up on the back. County Line Distillers, Louisville, Kentucky. Who is County Line Distillers? Well,
That's a good question. Who is County Line Distillers?
I know who they are.
Do tell, Jay.
It is an alias name of Buffalo Trace. This is bottled at Buffalo Trace.
No way.
It's bottled by Buffalo Trace, but it's produced by the Sazerac Distillery in Montreal.
Oh man, this is all over the place. The conspiracy. Buffalo Trace, Sazerac,
Yeah, well, Sazerac,
Kentucky, Canada. Where are we going with this?
Sazerac owns a lot of stuff. Okay, so somehow they got a hold of it. They changed the bottle design. There's another one similar to this at Rouse's with a different name. I got to research that. The price of this, I bought this at Hocus Pocus in Prairieville, Louisiana, and I think it was like on sale for $15.99. I saw it.
That's standard.
Yeah, and the one at Rouse's was $19.99, whatever brand that was. Okay, that's all I know. I don't know how old it is. It's aged at least 3 years. There's one video review on this from 2 years ago. So I know you've never had this.
No.
One good thing, real cork
Real cork.
and real wood cap.
I've seen that.
So that's kind of nice. Not just a little cheap screw cap. And I know you've never had this. Okay. We're looking for more if we need to. Okay. I put this in a Crown Royal glass. Now you're saying this looks like Crown Royal's bottle?
I didn't say that.
You said some popular Canadian whiskey.
Right, that's what I said. I didn't throw any names out.
All right. Anyway.
Well, it's got that Canadian whiskey smell to it. That maple. That wood. You're getting that straight like wood, like cracked wood.
Yeah.
Like splintered. It's pleasant.
Wood, corn, a lot of rye whiskey. They use a lot of rye in Canada. In fact, they used to call Canadian whiskey rye whiskey as a nickname.
Let's go ahead and taste it, see what it's all about.
Golden.
Of course, it's whiskey color.
Yeah. Well, this is more golden than copper.
Nah, it's whiskey color.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he had a few. Okay. Yeah, but you had more because people did not see the video of the Sazerac Rye interlude tasting, did they? No. Okay. Which I didn't participate in. Thank you very much.
Why are you breaking my balls? Seriously?
Yeah, it's a family show. Say something like, "Why are you giving me a hard time?" All right.
See that Canadian sweetness on the tongue as it goes down. It's got that from the
That rye.
rye, but then it's also this kind of like graininess
I think that
that's hanging around.
you're talking about is probably coming from grain spirits. They're
Right.
just like raw, unaged grain spirits. But they're aged 3 years after they
So
blend.
basically, it's something they put in this to stretch it.
Yeah, you
to
can
make
say
it
that.
come out here, and they really should do this with it, and they could probably sell it at a
Why do
Rated
you
Donald.
think they
might
have
taste
blended whiskeys, Scotch, blended Irish, blended Canadian, blended American? Because they want to stretch it. Okay.
So I think they stretch this to the limit.
But in Canada, it's different because all the components have to be aged at least 3 years. Where in the United States, they don't have to age the stretchable part. And that's why when we did the Royale Club, you were saying, man, it's really grainy. You know, it's like, what I think you meant was this kind of raw tasting.
Yeah, this is kind of raw too.
So
This is very kind of
So
raw.
you think they're aging it at the very minimum?
Well, I've had Canadian whiskeys, and I've always said Canadian whiskeys are sweet, very
Yes.
maple, and this is just kind of lacking. It's stretched. It's there, I taste it, but it's stretched.
I'm getting, let me tell you what I think. I'm getting the sweetness. I'll give you a little more. I know I'm kind of shortage on it.
I'm good.
I'm getting sweet honey. I'm getting rye.
I'm not getting honey, I'm getting maple.
Okay, maple.
Very, very, very faint maple.
I'm getting
And the rye.
corn, a lot of corn.
And again, some that's
I think they're using, well, I think they're mostly using corn, and then you might have a little wheat whiskey, a little bit of single malt barley, you know what they would call in Scotland, single malt barley and rye. But yeah, like you're saying, probably 80% of it is the grain spirits, corn, whiskey. And they're taking them, and they're probably blending them together first, then they're aging them all in a wood barrel, oak barrel, obviously. It says oak, it has to be oak for 3 years, and no longer. 3 years and a day. Here's the difference then with versus things like Canadian Limited and Canadian Rich and Rare, not the Reserve, and those kind of things. Those are really inexpensive, and they
So the Richard Rare Reserve is really good.
yeah. But
I
those
would put that up right up there with Crown Royal.
I would probably buy it over Crown Royal because you could save $10. You know,
Well, it tastes good, and there's nothing really wrong with it.
tastes good, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Now the regular Rich and Rare, that's like what I'm talking
Maybe
about.
get your buzz on.
You could tell regular Rich and Rare, they're adding flavorings like probably rum,
Right.
like rum,
Yeah.
maybe some white rum. This one I don't get the impression that they're adding flavorings. It doesn't say what natural flavors added, and Sazerac's usually pretty good about letting you know if they do add flavoring. But yeah, so I get a little vanilla, and I'm definitely getting corn spirits. So they're aging it in old barrels. It's probably 40 years old. There's no char left. You know, it's old ex-bourbon barrels that they're not going to waste. So you're not going to get any kind of char. It's just going to be, like you said, straight wood, and then that and But I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's no Crown Royal. Crown Royal's better, you know. But is it worth saving $7 to buy this? I mean, I wouldn't say that. It's worth paying $15.99 on sale. Just try it. I mean, I tried it. I don't hate it. I'm not in love with it. Give it one last.
I wouldn't buy it. Then again, I'm not a Canadian whiskey person.
Yeah, you don't buy Canadian whiskey.
No. Not at all. Why? It's sweet.
Because you don't like it. A little popcorn flavor. Unsalted, of course. I do like this, but I don't think it's a standout. It's just there. It's on the shelf. I saw it. It's strange. There's one video for it. What is that telling you? What?
It says danger, or
Well, I mean, it's just not
danger.
widespread. I'm going to score it 84, a B. I think it's good. I need to spend more time with it, but from the initial taste, I'm saying it's just like a B. It's good. I'm glad they didn't give it this like weird almond extract flavor that Johnny Neely was talking about. And it just tastes like regular whiskey, the corn, the barley, the rye whiskey, maybe wheat. I doubt that, but maybe. It's okay. It's a B. It's good. That's the way I feel about it. And I gotta spend more time with it. And it'll be about a month, and then I'll start doing duos. Maybe 2 weeks from the time of this review. What do you say, score?
It's mid-range. I mean, it's okay. I'm not a fan of the Canadian whiskey, so
Gotta take that into account.
yeah, it's okay. I'll give it like a C plus.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like
78, 79.
78, 79.
Okay, so
Right.
we'll round
It's
up.
not bad. Again, another mixer. So
Just mix it.
mix.
Okay, so we had 2 mixers in a row, 2 blended whiskeys in a row.
Yep.
What can I say? One day we'll crack open some of those single malt scotches that I've got,
Be a good thing.
which I think you would prefer.
Indeed.
Alright, so ladies and ladies, bon temps relay, and we're going to end this review by saying go to Montreal, Canada, and they do give tours at that distillery actually, and tour that says, right? Montreal Distillery.
Drink better whiskeys, kids.